Hello, this is number one, and got some data here. I'm going to get the mass percent of oxygen in here. What is the experimental composition of oxygen in sodium chlorate? Sorry, I forgot the word in there. Alrighty, so I'm going to get some masses. So if you want the percent of oxygen in sodium chlorate, you've got to do the mass of the oxygen divided by the mass of the sodium chlorate. Now, the mass of the oxygen we're going to find by subtraction here, and then the mass of the sodium chlorate we're also going to find by subtraction here. Start with the mass of the oxygen. So the mass of the oxygen, let's see, here's the sodium chlorate with the crucible and the lid, and here's the last product after heating with the crucible and the lid. Now the difference between the product and sodium chlorate is only oxygen. And how would you know that? You would know that by writing a balanced chemical equation for what happens when you heat up sodium chlorate. You heat up some sodium chlorate, and this is exactly what you did in the lab, except you used potassium chlorate. This is gas. This is solid. So that white stuff in your crucible, was it a crucible? Yeah, your crucible, that was potassium chloride, but now in this problem it's sodium chloride. So here's the balanced chemical equation. So oxygen is the only thing that leaves, so that means the difference between that white stuff that you have at the end and the white stuff that you had at the beginning, if you subtract them, you're going to end up with the oxygen, which went away. Okay? So let's do that subtraction. Here it is. The last heating, 25.588, 25.588 grams minus the sodium chlorate, which we had at the beginning, 26.185. Oh, 26.185 grams. So this is the heavier stuff because it has the oxygen. This is the lighter stuff because it doesn't have the oxygen. So if we subtract them, you get 0.597 grams of oxygen. So that was 0.597 grams divided by, now what's the mass of the sodium chloride? Well, I've got the mass of the sodium chloride right here, but you see it's got a crucible and a lid on it, so we'll just take out the crucible and the lid by subtraction. So that's 26.185 grams sodium chlorate and the crucible and the lid, minus the crucible and the lid, 24.923 grams. And that gets us 1.262 grams of sodium chlorate. So 0.597 divided by 1.262. 0.597 divided by 1.262. That's the 47.31%. Looks like I could only use three significant figures, so it's actually 47.3%. Yeah, you got to multiply by 100% if you want a percent. So this is going to be 47.3%. Is that the right answer? Let's see. 47.3. Submit this. Okay, so while we wait for that, I guess I'll erase this work, get a new page. Are we ready? Yes? Are we ready for it? Yes. Yes, that's right, 47.3%. That's great. Now, I'll do another video for number 2.